Good morning, Rambler community. I am Isabel Roosevelt, and I am joined by.
Pardon me?
I'm joined by.
Harvey, I'm sorry. I'll wake up. Harv Lucas.
Oh, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I think I'm awake now.
So just to start off, can you let our audience know how long you taught at McBain?
I've taught here for 40 years.
Oh.
I came in 1967 after I graduated from Hope College with a degree in music education. And then taught band for 5 years, started a vocal program, and then my career here in McBain changed considerably. When we first started with music with the band, the challenge was to start together and to end together, which was a challenge. But then through the years, we developed the music program and started the highlighter group, along with the feeder program of middle school music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The last 10 years, I was director of technology and was interested in seeing the implementation or inclusion of technology in the delivery of curriculum. And the school now, as I walk in the building, it's incorporated into most every aspect of education.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
really. I heard you are a Hall of Famer. Could you tell me what that's for and maybe talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was inducted into the Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame, Hall of Honor, I believe they call it, and the Michigan Basketball Coaches Association, the Hall of Honor, about 10, 12 years ago.
Okay.
Because of my role in announcing and supporting the athletic programs, for which I've done now, I think this is my 51st year.
Oh, wow.
And so hopefully one of these times I'll get it right.
I always enjoy hearing you.
Oh, thank you.
So, like, what brought you to McBain?
Well, both my wife and I have graduated from McBain. I graduated in 1963, went to Hope College. And then as I was graduating, we were interviewing for jobs, of course. And Mr. Vanderpool, who was superintendent, called and interviewed me for a job and offered me the job. A few days later, offered my wife a job as his secretary. A few days later, called and found they furnished apartment for us.
Oh, wow.
And so it seemed to be all the pieces kind of fell into
Yeah.
place for us.
I'd say.
And so we moved here in 1967.
Wow, that's awesome. So you said that you've seen like the implementation of technology for like teaching. What other changes have you seen to the school?
Well, I've seen a lot of changes. The building expanded through the years, of course, some additions. But some of the changes I've seen, the new auditorium, which I was a part of the planning of it. The other changes are in curriculum and some of the extended college courses that are offered to upperclassmen, those kinds of things. Also very pleased with the community support that they've given us for extending our programs. The music, the arts, the athletics, the academics, this community has consistently, maybe sometimes not lucratively, but consistently supportive of our academic programs and music and athletics, which is, and I accredit most of that to the parents and the parents involved in the education of the young people. I'm also very much encouraged through the years of the achievement of young people. I'm a firm believer that young people will achieve when given a challenge, and a challenge for excellence.
Very good. Also, with those years of teaching, you probably have a favorite memory or two. Would you like to share some of those? Maybe?
Yes, I have a lot of good memories from McBain, and once in a while, not so pleasant one. But seeing the programs develop through the years. In music, I've had an opportunity with the Highlighters, for example, to perform at Michigan Association of School Board meetings in Grand Rapids and in Traverse City. So the challenges of that and the performance and the performances in the local community and the local churches. Other experiences as announcing with football, I had a chance to announce our band halftime show from the press box at the Silverdome in Detroit.
Oh, wow.
And also with the basketball season, as even last year. I had the opportunity to be on the floor of Breslin at the scorer's table and taking on that role as I have for a few years. Another experience that my wife Ev and I have enjoyed, sometimes some frustration, but we have taken the senior class trip, the senior class to Philadelphia, D.C., and Gettysburg 32 times.
Oh, wow.
There's a certain amount of insanity involved there. And sometimes our sanity was in question.
Taking a giant group of teenagers, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong? That's a good idea, good plan.
So what have you been doing since your retirement? Do you have any like hobbies, traveling?
Yeah. Since I've retired, we started an Amen chorus.
Oh, wow.
When I retired, I promised myself 6 months not to obligate myself to anything in particular, because we had been so much invested in the community, in the school, and the activities. And after about 6, 8 months, a group of men came and asked me if we could start a men's ensemble. And so we started what's called the Amen chorus, or Area Men's Ensemble of Note. And I directed that for 8 years, and it was a wonderful thing. I also did some golfing, and I do some woodworking. We have quite a bit of yard work. My wife and I enjoy working around the yard. She does a great job with the flowers. And so we've had challenges. We've also had a little woodworking business through the years and done some craft things. So we've been very busy, tried to stay involved with school, enjoy going to ball games. That's kind of a plain entertainment, I think. Yeah.
And then I just have one last question, and it's more for helping me, actually. I'm planning on going into education as my next step, so I was just wondering if you had any advice for me?
Advice for new teachers. The challenge of working with children, and depending on the age level, of course, but the challenge of working with children and challenging them to achieve excellence in education. Whether it's, and because of our environment lately, also with all the browbeating of education systems, the dedication of demanding excellence, the idea of, my philosophy is that students will achieve and they will excel with some small measure of success, which will lead to another measure of success. And those challenges bring them to a life full of satisfying work and the joy of teaching and the joy of working with children, along with the frustrations some days. But I encourage you to go into education as a gift you might have to work with young people.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And thank you for taking time to come and chat with me.
Well, and thank you for the opportunity. I hope